I would like to be more concrete and practical in my answer than others. I have degrees in geology, geophysics, and the atmospheric sciences from Yale and Colorado State. And, I work in for-profit business, as a risk manager, for insurance companies who need models. But I warn you, my sarcasm's intact. To someone's post below, the insurance boom and bust cycle is at an historic low, a soft, or over-competitive market in which the fundamentals are outweighing the technicals. There is too much capital supply in the insurance market, which is weighing on prices. This means that although rates may seem to be rising, they don't yet reflect the true risk. Not even close. Most of the industry is frankly losing a lot of money right now. Combined ratios of 110% are common. In the immediate concrete, where are the losses and impacts, at least here in the US? Two places: floods, and that's in many broad areas of the US though not all, and in tornado, hail. Oh, and droughts. And wildfires. These things are already happening. They may feel like the new normal, but they are indeed climate change, whether they are experienced as weather or not. Even on El Niño oscillations, I would be curious as to what the climate models predict. If your community is growing quickly, I can guarantee that your civil engineers will not keep up. I've lived in Fort Collins, Northern California, the Philly suburbs, and now Rhode Island. All of these places either have been recently or will soon be hit by either flash floods or river floods in the recent past or reasonable future. Tornado and hail losses have reached the annual tens of billions in the US alone. Keep in mind that as long as insurers, including Uncle Sam, the insurer of last resort, continue to lose billions of dollars, of course you aren't feeling the impact yet. Don't worry. Climate change will become relevant in your lifetime. Depends on how long your memory is, like cooking a lobster in a cabin on the Cape after chasing it around the kitchen a while. You start with lukewarm water, and then you gradually anesthetize the lobster while you turn up the heat to the new normal. By the time you care, it will be irreversible. Baked in. Your brain evolved to run from tigers and bears. You're just not designed to act on fear at the appropriate timescales. MRIs of the brain on climate change show apathy. To get you to act, we would need to capitalize the entire cost in real terms today, as well as personalize it. Kind of like pricing the company for whom you work and then giving you a share. Some people speak of the mixture of clothing in your closet. They fail to mention the galoshes and the hip waders. You don't state your socioeconomic status. The poor and middle class will take most of this, including those living in low-lying and other vulnerable areas, not to mention the fact that the poor and flood-prone are subsidizing the rich and flood-prone through FEMA. It turns out that in a poll, an overwhelming majority of Americans think that climate change will matter in their lifetimes. But get this, 99% of them think that it will happen to other people. Yes, that's right, we are the 1%. We have defined climate change as stigma. Good people don't get climate change. It's an untouchable affliction to Americans. Poll said so. The good news is that studies now show that the world can get there without the United States. We're just not needed to the Paris Agreement anymore. If the world stays in one piece, we'll be economic bystanders eventually. They have calculated that they can get to the 1.5°C goal without us. We're all alone out there. Oh, and Russia, too, apparently. P.S. The geology grad below does not reveal who employs him, or where his investments are. Many geologists are skeptics. They work in oil. For your info,